Welcome to Q Aquatics and Exotics. My name's Susie, and I think I'm live. How is everybody this amazing Sunday night? Oh, Sandy's in the house. I see Sandy and Bob. Hello, hello. So, oh, this coffee is so good. I want to talk about several things tonight. Not only this enclosure, but some things that happened in the fish room. But first, I want to do a check for my audio and video.
Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I got a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Na hey everybody, it's Susie Q, so come along with me. Said I'm Susie Q.
Wow, thank you everybody for telling me that the audio and video is good. I appreciate that. Let me see if I can stop this drip. Oh, drip stopped. We got some more people. Monster Fish Gal, can't wait. Hashtag nightmare. Skull Aquatics, welcome everybody. Geek Boy, how is everybody? Dave Farrell, look at everybody's coming from the nightmare. I was on it till 10 minutes ago. It was funny. I was laughing so hard. Hey, Jenny Lynn, just came in from Skippers. Thank you very much, Jimmy P. I was trying to type in the comment section because I saw that you recognized me and said, hey, Susie Q, and I wasn't able to respond because I was setting this up. But today I want to talk, I'm in my reptile room. It is freaking hot in here, but that's okay because I want to talk about this enclosure and I want to talk about a couple of things that happened in my fish room. And I heard Bob talk about my spoiled fish mug. Love this mug. It's also got Hopi on the back. Is that what he calls his diamondback terrapin? Hopi, Hoppy, Hopi? Who doesn't love a good diamondback terrapin, right? So how is everybody? That random animal channel, awesome. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this enclosure because I've been trying to find a 4-foot enclosure. Well, at first I'm like, I'll just make one. Well, that hasn't worked out very well. Miss Procrastinator here hasn't even started one, let alone putting the wood together. Then, you know, yeah, no, I haven't started one. But I got this one very affordable. Some of the ones I was looking at was $500–600. This one was a little over $200. Had to put it together, but it was super easy. So, oh, hey, everybody. So let me show you just a little bit about what I went through when I was putting it together and how I got it here. Let's see here. Yes, this was my thumbnail. For some reason, I felt the need to put that on there. Oh, I'm so excited. This has been sitting behind my door. I can't even tell you for how long because I was kind of nervous about it. Hey, everybody, look at everybody coming in. This is awesome. Here we go. As I pulled it up, this was great. It was like 4 or 5 pieces. It was, here's the screen top. The top actually had 4 corner pegs in it as well. This looks like it might be an easy build. So easy. So easy. I'm so thrilled that I found this. These are the mounting bracts. Super easy. Don't know what this is for, but I'm sure they gave me a little hammer. Yeah, I got a rubber mount. 2 screws and 2 tops. I'll let you. Those actually ended up being the door. Okay. These are the sides. So these are the side vents. There's vents on both sides, so that's perfect. the sliding doors.
Oh yeah, I think it was like $216. I was so excited.
Oh, and it's got two little holes. That's what those bolts are for, the doorknobs. Little tiny doorknobs. I guess it gets super strength for when you start putting everything together, huh?
Everything kind of felt flimsy to me in the beginning before I put the walls together.
And this must be the part that goes underneath the sliding doors. And this is the bottom.
Maybe 15
This is all
minutes
one
it took
piece.
me. 15 minutes. Well, first
Yeah.
to figure out all the parts.
Because it's the bottom's doors, where's the
Count that
sides?
time.
Oh, here's the back. The vents are the sides. The screen is the top. And this part is the door.
Hey, Gretel. Welcome.
So let's go put this into place.
Well, this is the perfect stream, Gretel. I'm putting together this reptile enclosure for 2-year
So the
mastic.
first thing I'm going to do is put in these brackets in the back. See that?
That was the key.
So those are the
key
brackets.
pieces. If I wanted to make this enclosure on my own,
And
those brackets.
this front piece already has the two brackets in place.
$216
This back one in.
for a 4-foot enclosure.
Maybe I have to pull it all the way out.
I'm telling you, I've never, and this is 1.5 arms, and I've never had so much ease at putting something together and totally trust everything about it now that it is together. Yes, I sped it up quite a bit, but it's still less than 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes. Trying to figure out how I was going to do the sliding doors. But once I got everything in place and lined it up, that's why they gave me that little rubber mallet. I can deliver that to you anytime. I'm actually thinking about getting another one because there's actually holes on the bottom. They may be stackable. I don't know. I don't have room to stack it, but this is so much better than my 40-gallon breeders for so many reasons. And we'll go over that after this silly clip of putting it together. I don't know why I videotaped this when I knew I was going to talk about it live, but I did have one small problem with the doorknob. This doorknob went on fine. That doorknob I had to have John help because the hole was just a tad bit.
So now I'm going to put the top on. We'll see how this goes.
As soon as I put this top on, everything firmed up so tight, and I was confident that if I put critters in here, they'll be good. And you see, I can put 3 inches of substrate because almost all my enclosures are bioactive. I'm not going to stop now.
Ta-da! How does that look? Let's take a closer look at this. There it is.
It's so huge to me.
So this 4-foot enclosure by 16 by 16 under $200 and it is absolutely perfect. It's got vent walls on both sides. It's a screen top, sliding front enclosure.
Can you tell I'm a little excited? Oh, I was so excited because I'd say my Euromastics 40-gallon breeder, okay, up top. It's a front opening, but it's still a 40-gallon breeder for that bearded dragon Milo. This we'll talk about him later because that's my new baby. Right here, that's my new baby. And over here, I've got a bearded dragon. Let's see if you can see it. So I got my, there's a big reflection of my new one in there. Can you see him in there? Oh, he's on his hammock. That is my silky bearded dragon, Clementine. He's my special needs. And here it's just a little deeper than a 40-gallon breeder, but I do put 2 levels for my blue tongue skink. Now, granted, over here,
my Chinese water dragon, that is 4 foot by 4 foot by 2 foot. That's a little special because he's a pretty big boy, you know. He's a big boy, and I love that big boy. I do want to change his enclosure into more bioactive. His 4 foot by 2 foot has this, it's got a 20-gallon aquarium. It's got a 20-gallon aquarium in it. And then it's got all those plants over there. There were like trees and stuff. They died, but they're perfect climbing poles. So I'm planning on keeping them in there. They're perfect for him. I just want to get it more bioactive. But in order to do that, I have to tear everything out and put like a rubber seal in it, because I don't want that water getting on the floor, because this is a bedroom. This is supposed to be a bedroom, and that's a closet. So I just happened to take the door off. So let's get back to this guy, this beauty. I have plans for him. My long-term plans are to take I have 2 Uromastics. Let's see if we can see them. Of course, it's late at night and they've gone off their log. They were on it up till 6:30. But that has a yellow Uromastic and an orange Uromastic in it. And they get along great, don't get me wrong, but I know it's a tight squeeze. So I thought, I always wanted one of these. Oh, what was that? I always wanted one of these 4 foot long enclosures, but I could never afford it. So that's why I thought I could make it. But this is perfect for those 2 Uromastics, right? But I have something I want to do with it first. It might take a couple months. I want to use this as a quarantine enclosure for my new baby up here, because he's got some special needs. And even though it's bioactive up here, I want him down here so I can see him. I can see the poop. Because I actually take his poop and put it under a microscope right now, because he's a brand new animal to me. And, oh, can you see him? I don't know if you can see him. I think I talked about it on one of my live streams. Let's see if we can. Can you see him? That is Azure. Azure. That is my other blue-tongued skink. That's right. My other blue-tongued skink. Both of them northern, which is Taliqua skinkoides skink intermedia. Taliqua skinkoides intermedia is the northern. And I'm very excited. I wanted a male and a female. Sapphire is my female baby, 2 years old. A little bit larger than him, but they don't know if that's a male or female. So on the follow-up visit, I've already taken him to the vet to get him checked out, because I saw some issues, and we're going to talk about that later. But he's my new baby, and I thought it'd be better to have him down here so I can really watch him all the time and closer and see his poop and everything. I know that sounds gross, but those of you who have reptiles know it's not gross. And to make sure that the medicine's working. So I think I'll do that. And then when it's done, I'll sanitize this out, move him back up there, maybe. I think so. And bring my Uromastics over here. That'll free up a top opening 40-gallon breeder. So one of the main reasons I want the Uromastics up here is every time I open their screen on top, they get a little spooked. Because keep in mind, all their predators come from on top. So if I had a front opening one, it'll be much better, because they're very intelligent critters, very intelligent, and they'll recognize me, and as I feed them, they'll be more comfortable with me. So that's the second reason. Let me see his chat. Yeah, Mike says I can deliver that. Oh, heck to the no. Hey, Melvin. Fish Tanks Aquatics. Look at everybody in the house. Collaboration of Curiosities. Love the name. Love the name. We got Brianna. We already said hey to Skull. I don't know why I'm singing words. Maybe because I'm so excited. And Gretel is new to our chat, new to my channel. So thank you, Gretel, and welcome. It says, hi, Susie, new subscriber, and I love your channel. Don't know a thing about fish, but big time reptile lover. Me too, and guess what? Many people in the chat are as well. Absolutely. And that's when I changed my name a year and a half ago to Q Aquatics and Exotics, because I used to just do videos on my fish keeping learning experience. But I figure, you know what? I want to show off some of my babies that I've had for a while and love them. And especially, I got turtles and tortoises, Chinese water dragon, blue-tongued skinks, chickens, not reptiles, but chickens. What else do I have? Oh, I got some amphibians over here. This is a tomato frog, 2 tree frogs. It's supposed to be a lizard. You know those lizards they sell as feeder lizards? Well, I got one just because I'm a dork and I wanted to save him. Ooh, I saved one feeder lizard. I got leopard geckos, crested geckos. Can you see this? This is a pair of breeding crested geckos. That is my Australian tree frog, about that big. He's a beauty. So yeah, so welcome. There's fish, and in this room there's no fish. There's some guppies down there, and white cloud mountain minnows, and that turtle palindarium. That video is coming out next week, guys. I built this palindarium from one of those front opening 40-gallon breeders I got on sale right after Aquashella, and I finally put the build together. I got tired of trying to figure out how to make it perfect, so I just made it my way, and it seems to work. And this palindarium, should I show a sneak peek, actually has, hi Larry D. Who said like a 33 long? Who's that? Yes, like a 33 long, exactly. Except for the better thing is, well, not better, for some of the animals I have is there's no glass on the sides and back. So I only have to worry about the glass on the front. Same thing with my Chinese water dragon. He could go crazy trying to go through the glass, and a lot of Chinese water dragons rub half their nose off. Mushu has not done that. What am I showing? Oh, see that palindarium? So up there is my Pacman frog. Doesn't do much, doesn't move. He sits up there waiting for somebody to come by him. Down here, Eastern Musk turtle. It's only the size of a quarter. He's a little little bitty thing. He's in here. He's not going to bask much, but if he does, he can go. He's not going to get in front of the frog. And there are 7 white cloud mountain minnows in there for enrichment. Now this turtle can chase them all he wants. I think I just did a short on him. He's not going to catch them. He wants to. He thinks he can, but I made that. So I was pretty happy with the moves. And then when I set this up, I'm like, this is great. This is great. Yeah, it's like a 30-gallon long. Gretel says, I only have snakes currently, but love turtles and tortoises and researching different species. Need to look at all your turtle and tort vids. Yes, please do. I'm making one now for my 5 favorite aquatic or semi-aquatic turtles, because I have 12 turtles, aquatic, semi-aquatic turtles, even though turtles and tortoises are all turtles. I'm going to say for this purpose is turtles. And I have 3 different species of tortoises. I have Russian tortoises, cherry head tortoise, and 2 sulcatas, but they're only like 3 years old, 4 years old, so they're still quite small still. So those are my tortoises. I got turtles in the pond. That's a yellow belly slider, several red ear sliders. Love them. Diamondback terrapin. My favorite turtle has got to be the Reeves turtle. That's one of my favorite turtles ever. And I think they're also called Chinese pond turtles, but gorgeous. They don't get bigger than 5 inches. Love my turtles. And of course the Eastern Musk turtle is just so full of personality. It's like a snapping turtle in a little tiny body. So those are mine. I can't wait to see what you get. My dream snake, I don't own any snakes, is an albino western hognose. That is my dream snake. Mike says, I have Dusty in a 40-gallon breeder. This would be perfect for him. I do want to change front opening enclosure since he's getting so big. Yes, Mike, I'm telling you. Here's where I got it. I got it on eBay. You know, Reptizoo? This is like a knockoff. He made them like that. Let's see if this... These are some of the options he has. And I'll put this up here. I'll put the link after the... How come I can't get it? There we go. I'm not very steady on my hands, am I? So I'll put the link down below. But because I love this. I mean, it's just already made and perfect. And of course, when I was putting it together, I was like, I can make this, but I can't. Who am I kidding? I can't. I don't have all the parts, all the pieces. He probably has all the parts, all the pieces. He's ready to go, has them cut. And let me tell you, it went together so beautifully. And I think this was like pointing up, but I liked it this way better because I use a lot of substrate in mine. So I just put it the way I wanted it and it fit beautifully. So yeah, this is perfect. Sandy, did I get your address? Woo, changing addresses. Susie Q, did order form Amazon or eBay? This was an eBay product. Put in, what I looked up was Repti Z, not Zoo, not Repti Zoo. It's Repti Z. It's like almost like a knockoff of Repti Zoo. Mike, I want a couple too. Says she got it at half price. Yeah, it was $200. And when I said that to John, he said, that's expensive. And then I showed him all the other 4-foot reptile enclosures that were $500-$600. I'm like, it's not. And I gladly offered, if he wants to make me one, I will use anything, because I want some that are 6 foot long for my skinks. I would love 6 foot by 2 foot enclosures for my 2 different skinks. Love that. Susie, I'm in Hamilton, New Jersey. You are in the Northeast. I'm northeast of Philadelphia. I'm in the Southeast. You're in Hamilton. Oh, we're kind of close. Hamilton is close. I'm right near Trenton, New Jersey. So my front porch looks at Trenton, New Jersey. So I'm right in between the 2 free bridges. Sorry, I didn't hear if she said where she got it from. I probably didn't at first. I probably should have started with this. I got it on eBay after much searching. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Susie, I ordered a cool plant I've never seen. Calathea rattlesnake. Oh my gosh, isn't that gorgeous? I have that one in my bedroom. In the other room over there in the closet are 2 breeding crested geckos. And I have that. And I think it stays alive because that enclosure gets misted all the time, and it's got a drip system going. And because I think it needs a lot of humidity, a lot of, like, if you have a dome to put on it or a little tiny greenhouse you can make for it. I made one out of clear tablecloth just to keep those special plants that like high humidity. It is a cool plant. Melvin says, hey, Susie Q. You know, all in tanks. Oh yeah, Tiffany Rose and Ozzy and I talked to her today, and that was a hard decision. They're leaving the hobby and selling their tanks, lights, and stands. Oh, that's so sad. They're up in Rochester, I think, right? Because when I went to visit Elizabeth, she said they were right there. I know it's a hard decision too. Plantiques 101. Thank you for putting that channel. That's I put a how to make let me go like this. So you see this little black shelf here? It's one of those real affordable 35-inch shelves. I turned that into a greenhouse with the fan and the drip system and the humidifier. And it's got 3 shelves, and it's like all my specialty plants are in there. And then another one in my living room, I took an old bird cage and wrapped it in this plastic tablecloth. So all sides, so I can mist it all over. I don't have to worry about getting it all over. Those are from my high humidity plants. I will post a link, absolutely. And I'm going to post a Google, what do you call it, like the comments? Not the comments, they call it something. A review, because I want her to know how great I think this is, or him. Reeves and Eastern Mud are top of my list. They're 2 of my favorites. Got it. Because you're in New Jersey, so you have different laws than I have. So in Pennsylvania, I can own 1 Eastern musk turtle. Reeves turtle, there's no yes or no. But it's weird, in Pennsylvania, I can only have 1 Eastern painted turtle. I think that's to make sure that we don't breed them. But I don't know in New Jersey. I know I have a diamondback terrapin, and I don't think in New Jersey you're allowed to be in possession of a diamondback terrapin. But that is so cool. Yeah, top of my list. Never owned a tortoise, and honestly, my only reservation, hearing that they can be quite stinky. Oh, not at all. Not at all. Have you found this with your indoor turtles? No. But if you said you're not big on fish. Something that the fish keeping hobby uses that I find are amazing for turtle tanks, it's a thing called a canister filter. So it's a filter that sits outside of your tank, and it pushes clean water in and sucks dirty water out. And then when it goes through the canister filter, it goes through like 5 or 6 layers to filter it out. And as it spits the water back out, it's clean. So, and it's amazing. And I have on the other end, like an air blower that they use in saltwater aquariums. And it blows poop right over to, it's just like a perfect system. And the turtles love to play in the flow. Not the Eastern musk. They don't like much flow, but the Reeves turtle loves it. And if you got a Reeves turtle, which I don't, none of mine are stinky. Well, I think also because I got bioactive enclosures. So I got critters in my substrates when at the land area that eat detritus. So that's for the ones that go up and eat the turtles that are land turtles, because I also have Central American wood turtles. So they got half land, half water. They can do whatever they want. No, I don't find them stinky at all. Right now, all my turtles and tortoises, except for the babies, are outside. I built secured enclosures outside because 2 years ago and last year I had a small problem with raccoons. And I swore that I would make enclosures like Fort Knox and that raccoons would not be able to get in it, fox would not be able to get in it. So I actually built all size of metal cage, dug that into the ground, and then filled it with dirt about this much so they don't know the floor is cage, but there's no animals that can get in or out. And then, of course, while I'm out there with the chickens, I take them out and let them walk around with the chickens. I do not find them stinky at all. My Russian tortoises, when they're inside, there's 3 of them. They're not really community tortoises. So if you just want one tortoise, a Russian tortoise, full grown is only going to get that big. But if you wanted to start a community, don't get Russian tortoises because they're all separate. Like they kind of are very nippy with each other. So anyway, I went off on a tangent, didn't I? Skipper stream stopped and I was watching one from like 4 weeks ago. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I've done that so many times. Thanks, Susie. I was thinking to put it in with one of the ball pythons until it gets too large. I was thinking to put it in. What did I say to put in there? I was talking turtles. I know you're not talking turtles. I'm not paying attention, Mom Bob. Mom, I'm not paying attention. Oh, the Calathea. Yes. That's beautiful. That's perfect. You missed that enclosure? I've never had a python. Well, that's a good idea. But yeah, I'm doing my top 5 turtles, and 4 of the 5 are small. The one is my favorite turtle, but you would need quite a large tank for it if it was indoors. I happen to have an outdoor pond, is the yellow belly slider. I'm telling you, it's like an aquatic dog. He comes up and greets me. He eats right out of my hand. Very personable. Doesn't get too, mine's pretty big because it's a female, but the males stay smaller. Susie, I'm on Stone's Throw from Trenton. Oh, beautiful. Right on the other side of PA. We are next door neighbors. How great is that? I'd love to hear the local fish stores that you go to. Oh, I bet you we go to some of this. Oh, you don't do fish. Yeah, do you go to the reptile shows? I have some stores around here for reptiles, but not too many. Not too many. Look at everybody in the chat. I'm so excited. I use turtle canister filters on some of my nano tanks. I'm telling you, and it doesn't even have to be a turtle canister filter. And the concept you can make out of a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket and a pump. I'm telling you, it's that easy. What do they call those? There's a skippy pump, a skippy filter. And it is just a matter of the same thing. It pumps water into your tank, and as it comes in, it goes through all these sponges, filters, bioactive media, and it shoots out clean water. It's just, I find it amazing. The zoomed turtle clean filter. Okay, right. Oh, whoa, I see some color. I better get my phone out for this one. $9.99 super chat. Thank you, Bob. Taylor's Aquatics and Exotics. He's another one that has a lot of reptiles. A lot of people in this chat do. I have a baby raccoon who visits at night and helps the cat food. Oh my gosh, you named him Rocket. That's funny. Thank you, Bob. Thank you so much for the $9.99 super sticker, which looks like a hippie jumping up, screaming yippee. And I say hippie because bell bottoms, you know. But then I guess they're coming back. They're coming back, right? Because I have 4 pair of bell bottoms. Not the same ones I had in the 60s, but 70s. I don't miss the python, but I keep them at a higher humidity. I think it would be good. Hi, Bob, Milk, FFTA, Carrie. Carrie's in the house? Did I not see Carrie? Carrie, are you in the house? Ah, there, Science Gal. What's going on, girl? I missed your stream. I'm gonna have to watch. I got on the tail end, and it reminded me of something. I'll have to message you what it reminded me of. But I'm gonna have to go back and watch. Watch the whole thing. Lisa, when I kept Ark cats in my garage pre-Ark building, I always threw uneaten food out for the raccoons and possums. Okay. Opossums, I support. Raccoons, I still have a slight resentment. I love them outside of my yard. I don't want them anywhere near my yard. He picked up my turtle and walked away with it on 2 hind legs. Ugh. Ugh. Is Lefty in the house? Somebody said hi, Lefty. Lefty, 3213. I had to show John your channel for obvious reasons. I'm like, do you mind? That was a fun conversation. What? Can't wait. I want to go live. The Keystone Clash is this weekend, guys. This weekend. I was there last weekend out where they restored the tanks and washing out the tanks and getting them ready. And Thursday, I'm going to go early and help fill up the tanks. I can't do a whole lot with my hands, this arm especially, but I can fill up tanks. And then he said, oh, good, because we got to be really careful not to overflow. Well, as you guys know, I overflow a lot. Man, Etsy has some good reptile enclosures. Did you start looking at them? It makes me want to make them and put them out on Etsy because we know what we look for in an enclosure. Like for me, if I was making it, I would have another layer on top of the screen so that all the stuff can go inside and make them stackable. Because if this was sturdy enough and you can, oh my gosh, how great would that be? I got some other news. Oh wow, it's already 7:30. What? So my daughter and Kyle, Amy and Kyle, who live in the basement, they take up 1/3 of the basement. This whole side, entrance, in and out, everything. Very autonomous. They're but helps out a lot. They put a bid in for a house. So I might be moving my fish room. If that happens, I'm going to build a stand, if not 2, for 180 gallons. Because that's what I want. I want a 180-gallon tank. I want one definitely for my frontosas and my morais. And I definitely want one for my Oscars. Wait till you guys see my Oscar tank. I'm so excited. Okay. Story time. I came home from the weekend and my daughter said, you got to look at your Blue Jack Dempsey. I have 2 Electric Blue Jack Dempseys in an aquarium with some Polypterus, and one of the eyes was cloudy. So I didn't want to medicate the whole tank. It's also in a tank that I thought was leaking from the top. So I have a 29-gallon that was set up ready to go. It actually had 1 Mbuna in it. So I moved the Mbuna over to another enclosure, another tank, and cleaned that tank out because it's got a sandy bottom. And I put the 2 Electric Blue Jack Dempseys in there because there's no plants in it and it's easier to medicate. So I'm medicating those. But let me show you what I've done. And I think I'll have to narrate this, because this was my Electric Blue Jack Dempsey tank when I started. See how he's tiny? He's maybe 1.5 inches. This is how it was when I saw his eye like that. See him sitting on the bottom? It was the one behind him that's got the cloudy eye. And then my Bashir's in this tank, very heavily overgrown. Lots of blackbeard algae, whatever. Oh, I didn't realize I was taking pictures of my Tetra tank too. There we go. So you see him lying there. This is at another time. I have since cleaned up this tank so it's not so blackbeardy. And I think my light was not attached to the timer on this tank because it's a wall of 10 different 40-gallon breeders. So when I got these fish, they were this big and they were covered in ick. Treated them. Now it's 3 years later, maybe 3.5 years later, but now one of them is sick. So I moved them over. Wait till you see where I put them. See if it's coming. Is it coming? There we go. This is what the tank looks like now. I got rid of everything. Did like 100 water changes. I got 2 sponge filters in there. Just see the airflow, blowing it around, getting it ready. But here's what I had to do with them. So this is my 70-gallon Oscar tank, and he's not very happy that he's sharing it with the albino Oscar, and the baby was on the other side of the partition. Let's see if we go. So I made sure I took footage of this because it started changing pretty quickly. So then I got rid of that side divider, and all 3 Oscars were in there. Still not happy. But then after about 3 or 4 days, now I watched them like a hawk, but after about 3 or 4 days, they started to move around a lot more. Then I added a couple more hides and put in the Polypterus. Again, there's my ornata, Polypterus ornata. The Oscars, look at them, all in the back, huddled together, pouting because there's 3 fish in their tank that wasn't there before. So then I added some plastic plants, trying to give them even more hides. So now they're moving around a lot more. I think they're getting used to it. So I got the 3 Oscars in this tank and the 3 Polypterus in this tank. Hence why I want a 180. There's my, oh, look at how cute. There's my ornata. Some people call them bikers. Some people call them Bashirs. Some people call them Polypterus. Look at those 3 gorgeous Oscars. And that's my Oscar name. The biggest one is named Oscar. Very friendly. He's only been picked on. He's never picked on anybody. And that's the baby. Always hiding until the food comes out. Always make sure that he gets enough food. Nobody picks on him, which is awesome. And now they're all living happily ever after. There's the saddleback. So yeah, that was some big stuff going on in the fish room, let me tell you. There's a lot going on. Hi, Crystal. I wish you were coming up to Pennsylvania for the Keystone Clash. New Jersey tort and tort laws are interesting. Huh. That's a word for it. As a New Jersey resident, I can't buy or sell them within the state, but I can purchase them from out of state. New Jersey permits are available for everything except for bog turtles. Yes, there's some reptile vendors at the show that have a store in New Jersey very close to me. I can't go there and buy anything. I have to go to the reptile show an hour away to buy a tortoise that he had when he was 10 miles from my house. Crazy. You can keep wood turtles, diamondback terrapins, and so on and so forth. The big thing is that you can't buy or sell them. Double check, because I don't believe you're allowed anything wild caught for diamondback terrapins. Double check that though. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just my outlook on things is don't ever, no, you're not allowed to touch a diamondback. You're barely allowed to help it across the road. There's huge conservation programs going on trying to grow the population of the diamondback terrapins, because the diamondback terrapins are very unique, very gorgeous, but they're also from the marsh. So it's like a brackish water turtle. A lot of times the captive born and bred ones are born and bred in freshwater, and so they can stay in freshwater. But don't be scared if you get one that's brackish water. Brackish water is so easy to keep. It's just adding a little bit of sea salt. You measure it, and you can tell the what level it's at of salinity. It's a lot easier than it sounds. So don't be afraid by brackish water. That's one of my favorites. Crystal and I go back and watch your stream. We had a cat dumped at the Ark this afternoon when we were closed, and it. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. Oh, people saying hey to Crystal. That's so cool that you're like a reptile neighbor right down there. That is awesome. And welcome to the channel. I'm so happy that you're here. I go live every Sunday night. Sometimes I talk fish. Sometimes I talk reptiles. Sometimes I talk about my birds. I've got 6 silky chickens and 3 parrots. 1 severe macaw, 2 parrotlets. Oh, ready for story time? Okay, this is a double-edged sword. This is about my parrotlet, which is like a step above a lovebird. It is a parrot. It's one of the smallest parrots. It's called a parrotlet, spelled parrotlet. And his name is Mr. Peabody. Very standoffish. I've been working with him for a long time. Very standoffish. Now, all of a sudden, I can give him scrunches on the top of his head. He'll sit on my shoulder and curl up in my hair and give me snuggles. I was so ecstatic that this was happening. Like, so ecstatic. John came home and was doing something, and the bird flew at him and started to attack him. And I'm not talking about just flying in his face. Started to attack him. Drew blood here. He pushed him away. He just, every time he pushed him away. Now, if you've ever pushed a small bird away, they kind of, you're not hitting them. They boom, and they fly and they go, and kept coming at him 4 or 5, 6 times. Finally, he was bleeding on his hand, bleeding on his thumb, bleeding on his face. This bird wanted to hurt him so badly. So he picked him up. Now he's attacking his hand, put him in his cage and closed it. And he's been in his cage closed up ever since. He's in timeout. I am heartbroken. I'm heartbroken. It was like, I was so happy. And what a lot of, in the bird community, what a lot of people are telling me is he started bonding with me and is jealous of John. I love that he was flying around and just landing on my shoulder. And like when I was roller skating and going up and down the hallway, he would ride right along with me. So I think I can only bring him out of his cage if I make sure he's back in his cage, because that's not fair to John. So that was my story time about Mr. Peabody. Tell me that's not sad. Oh, yes. Right after this stream in 15 minutes, Lori is going to be on the panel at Taylor's Aquatics and Exotics. I'm so excited. Also goes by Monster Fish Gal, and that's in just 15 minutes. Thank you for posting that. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. Yes, Lisa. Vet had to have someone come open to take it in for us. Oh, we've needed an isolation room for this purpose, but don't yet. Ah, yes. And it's so important with any kind of animals, fish, even plants. Those of us who carry and love houseplants, you got to keep them separate through some kind of quarantine period so you can actually do inspections on it and make sure there's no mites or thrips or aphids or whatever it is that they could have that could jump onto. Let's say you have a collection that you cherish. You got them. It's just like all our fish. Like when we get a fish, we want to keep it quarantined before adding it. Just like I want to keep him quarantined. Not that they would go. I don't usually share enclosures, well, except for the Euromastics. So, yeah, pretty big. Same thing when I got the birds. The birds I quarantined in different rooms. I put them in a different room because birds' lungs are so delicate. I can't afford either any of them to get sick, like a cold or something, because that could kill them. And they won't let me know they're sick, because a part of being a bird is if you're sick, you got to act like you're not sick, because otherwise the other birds will pick on you and push you out of the flock. So they don't show any symptoms until it's too late. It's very sad. Dang it, Bob. Uh-oh. Domino is so frustrating to make a video of. Okay, who's Domino? I know Dusty. Mike, who's Domino? Because I have some animals that are very hard. And I have others that are very, what do they call? They take great pictures. Photogenic. My Chinese water dragon, very photogenic. Very photogenic. My Electric Blue Jack Dempseys. They don't swim around very much. They're not very fast. Very photogenic. They're like a royal blue, gorgeous. Wah. It's about setting up live cam. Susie, do you quarantine plants if only adding to an animal's habitat? I do, only because I got to make sure, like, is it something on there that your animal's going to want to eat? Like, definitely don't want an animal going after something that's on my plant because he wants to eat it and then I'm eating my plant. But, and you can do a dip just like you do with your aquatic plants. You can do a dip, you can clean them off, make sure they're kind of easy to tell if there's anything on them. So I guess if you don't have any other plants in there and you're not worried about the snake eating it, absolutely. But you got to watch it because you don't want whatever it has to be all in your snake enclosure either. Most of the plant, I've only gotten one plant so far that had spider mites. And I think because it was kind of dried out, it was sitting at, not Home Depot, the blue one, Lowe's. It was at Lowe's and it was kind of dried out, so I got it super cheap. And I was all excited and got it home. And I saw that there was spider mites. So I actually washed it off with pond water first, only because I was standing outside. And I washed it off with pond water, and then I used neem oil. Some people think it smells horrible. I happen to like the smell. So it's very watered down, a little bit of neem oil in the spray bottle, and then I spray and wash it off, let it dry, and then I looked all over it, and they seem to be gone. So those I kept in my kitchen, and about a week and a half, 2 weeks later, I checked to make sure there was no other spider mites, because I can't really tell if when you're killing spider mites, did you kill them all the babies? Are they coming back? So I like to wait and see. But I guess if it's going in a closure without like your prized Hoyas, then you're fine. Oh, I did put a Hoya in my palindarium. I don't know how that's going to work. 3 foot. Oh, pastel ball python. You put 3 inches, 3 foot. Oh, that's so cool. Why can't you take pictures of him? Why is he hard? Because he's always hiding? Oh, Domino is the new high white California king. Dusty is your python. Okay. You got a California king? What color? Is it black or white? Look at me. I'm not even reading. Wow. Do you have a GoPro? Oh my gosh. That's what I did for him. He seemed to always be hiding. So I put a GoPro in the corner. And he only hides until I leave the room. And then he came out and moved around. I actually had to speed up the footage because he moved so slowly. But once you get some good footage of your snake, then you can do the slow-mo. You can really watch his behavior. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I have a GoPro that I borrowed from Kyle. And it works great. And it's an old model. I could throw it in the aquarium. I could throw it in a pond. I could put it in an enclosure. I could set it out here. Like it works really well. Susie, don't forget to mention the pretty bug you tried to get me to kill this weekend. Yes! If you haven't seen my video on Plantique 101, it's all on the Chinese spotted lanternfly. Didn't realize not everybody in the country knows about them because they don't have them yet. They are invasive. They are all over the Northeast. They started a small part in Pennsylvania, and I think they spread out to Pennsylvania, New Jersey. And I was trying to tell Lisa, who saves all critters, that these spotted Chinese lanternflies you got to kill. You have to kill them and scoop them up because they could be toxic to your dogs, I think. So you can't leave them on the ground. What they do is they infiltrate your trees. They don't really fly, but they hop pretty far. And they eat all the good stuff out of your trees and suck the sap out, and then they poop out sap. It's called honeydew. I can sit outside and be pooped on. Like, what? Yeah, they're invasive. I have some houseplants outside that are thriving, and these Chinese lanternflies have pooped all over them. Thank you for reminding me, Lisa. Yes. So I don't know if you guys know what a Chinese lanternfly or if you have them in your area yet, but as soon as they start coming, because they're like stink bugs, they came over to Pennsylvania and now they're spread out. Everybody has them. This is the same thing's going to happen with these. They came in on a shipment of some sort to Pennsylvania. So I think whoever's in Pennsylvania getting the stuff from China needs to stop. First it was a stink bug a couple decades ago, and now it's a Chinese spotted lanternfly. They got to go. Girl says, spotted lanternflies are out of control in this area. Seems like a lost cause. I know it does. It does seem like it, but it's not. There is like this tape you can put on trees because they don't fly to the top of trees. They have to walk. So if you put double-sided tape all around a tree, let's say about 5 foot off the ground, you will see hundreds of them stuck to the tape. Hundreds. And the worst part, my chickens won't even eat them. And they eat anything. They will not even eat them. They are so out of control. Oh, Bob, Bob's going to go get ready. We got 8 minutes to this live stream. Pretty excited. Anybody hasn't met Lori on the live, I know I haven't met her, and I cannot wait. This is going to be exciting. Thank you, Lisa. I forgot all about that. See you in a few, Bob. Yep. We got to come up with a good hashtag for Bob's live stream. Kaler's Aquatics and Exotics. So he's got the Monster Fish Gal on, and he's got a whole panel. I am actually one of the panelists, and this is going to be good. This is going to be good. So we have to come up with a hashtag. Oh my God, they are all over the place here. Where are you at, Marie Z? They're disgusting. I'm sorry. And I know they are spectacularly beautiful. When I did the video, I showed them in full spread, and they are like stunning. They're mesmerizing. I've never seen anything so beautiful, but they're not. They're invasive. It's a trick. When you see one, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill them all. I can't spray anything in my yard because I have lots and lots of animals. Did Marie say where she is from? They are so out of control. It's disgusting. Oh, look at I'm a little slow on the chat. I'm sorry, guys. Who said hi to Ed? Who's Ed? Oh, Chattanooga Ed's in the house. Hey, Ed. I'm in New Jersey. Yes, they are. They started here and they are everywhere. It's horrible. And I am hoping that next year is not worse. There's got to be something we can learn about them to do during the winter and early spring to keep them at bay. Whatever creepy red eyes. Hi, Tom. Yes, they do have very creepy. And Tom is very good. He has caught more lanternflies than anyone I know. Anyone I know, let me tell you. Multiple aquariums. info@multipleaquariums.com at Q Aquatics. Email me, please, and thank you. Oh, you want me to email you? You tried to email me and you couldn't? I will. I mean, how am I going to remember this? I got to take a picture. Got to take a picture because I will forget. Because that's how I roll. Multiple aquariums. Next. Is this about the fish? The polar blue parrot cichlid fish? Did I say that right? I think I did. Polar blue parrotfish. No. Because there is a parrot. There's a saltwater parrotfish. And there's a parrotfish cichlid. This is a hybrid, a cross between the hybrid parrotfish. There's a real parrotfish that was bred with, what was it bred with to give it that mouth? Whatever it was bred with, they came up with these hybrid parrotfish. That was bred with convicts to make the polar blue parrotfish. I think I got that right. Holy cow. That's hard to figure that out. Lanternflies jump like 3 feet in the air. Not exaggerating. It's disgusting. And when you go to step on it, and if it misses and it jumps, it could land on you. And they land all over you. They have no shame. Ugh. Bleh. That's what I got to say about those. But Lisa had never seen one before. So when we were together and I'm telling her you got to kill it, she's like, but they're beautiful. I'm trying to explain to her, they might be beautiful at first, but they're not. They're so invasive. No, not fish. Oh, okay. I will email you. My email is SusieQAquatics@gmail. All one word, Susie, Q-U-E, Aquatics, Aquatics, at gmail.com. I do not see too many now, catching only 4 or 5 a day. Wow. There's got to be something we can do during the winter or early spring to keep them at bay. There's got to be. Oh, they're so horrible. They're so horrible. Oh, yes, guys, we will see you in a bit. What is a good hashtag for Lori? We got to do a hashtag. How about hashtag Hi Lori or hashtag Lori, Lori? How does that sound? I watched you kill so many. I'm telling you. And when we were walking, I'm like, there's one, there's one, there's one. Like, you could just walk and they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Let me tell you, if they were ugly like cockroaches, it'd be gross and it'd be skeeving everybody out. But because they're so beautiful, it's a trick. It's an absolute trick. Oh, Mike, thank you for the link. This is Kaler's Aquatics and Exotics. This is where we're all headed over. I'm headed over to hashtag MFG. Monster Fish Gal. We got it. MFG. Isn't that something? MFG. Hashtag MFG. I'll come get them for you. Good. Wait till next weekend at the Keystone Clash. I hope they're at a minimum. I just hope they're at a minimum because that's like blah, blah, blah. So I will see you guys over at Kaler's Aquatics. I want to thank Bob, but I know he's getting ready for that super chat. That was so sweet. Thank you so much, Bob. I know you're not going to hear it, but I will tell you when I see you in a few minutes. That's for sure. And before we go, I want to make sure everybody hears my amazing daughter sing this song.
Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I got a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Nah, hey everybody, it's Susie Q, so come along